Section 5.3 may appear to be a no-brainer, but we're not going to skip it. I've seen business owners dive headlong into running their business without taking into consideration what's the most effective way that they can get paid. Let's share some ideas. Even if you plan to go old school, cash only, there are limitations with that. Now that works great if you're at a farmer's market. There's no Wi-Fi, there's no signal, so you've got to get down to bartering or using cash or checks. Granted, that means you got to then take that, count that money up, and go to the bank. More time, effort, and I'm way too lazy to be doing stuff like that. I want something that's efficient, which is why I have from day one always used some type of digital platform on which to get paid by my customers. Granted, that comes with a cost. There's going to be merchant fees, but for me, that's saving me time and headache, particularly if it ties in directly to my accounting system. It imports, right? So what are the big leading merchant systems out there? Stripe, Square, and PayPal, they're the most popular. I will say about PayPal, I think it tends to be more expensive on the merchant fees at times, but also, let's say someone is logging into your system and they are choosing an item on your online store or a service, and then they got to log in to PayPal to be able to pay you, to connect. Make sure it's not clunky. You don't want someone having an online experience that's equivalent to going to one grocery store to buy your milk and another grocery store to buy the cereal. You want it all integrated in one. I remember years ago that wasn't always the case. It's gotten better these days, but make sure that it's a seamless experience for the customer. All of these offer fast setup, the secure transactions, and integration with most business tools. And by integration, I mean connecting with your accounting software so that your not just your bank fees and your credit cards, but also the merchant accounts can get synced up and dump into what's called your undeposited funds within QuickBooks. If you plan to take payments in person, I know Square is a great all-in-one solution. I've used it before. If people are entirely online, the Stripe is often preferred for its clean checkout process and even the developer tools. But don't forget, your local bank may offer merchant services too. You want to check those fees to make sure if they're comparable, that they don't have hidden fees that are hitting you without you understanding what's involved. You want to choose a platform that fits both how you want to operate and how your clients prefer to pay. If you have a pretty tight market niche with clients and they all like to use PayPal, well, that might be a deciding factor you need to consider. And then, of course, there's also ACH, the automatic clearinghouse, where someone can enter in their debit card or their routing information and account number, and they pay you accordingly. Make sure you got the encryption on that platform set up, that it comes with that, and keep in mind you may have to go through some type of certification if you have a merchant account. I know I have had to do that on a yearly basis with some of my merchant accounts just to make sure I was compliant and things were safe. And once again, if you're operating a business that's storing people's personal information like that, don't forget about that insurance where you're going to cover yourself in case there's a cyber attack. Once your system is in place, automate as much as possible. You don't want the hassle of having to create an invoice every time you're delivering a service if that amount is consistently the same. You want something that saves you time. So this is where recurring billing is great for retainers or subscription style services. It creates predictable revenue. So if you know you have a membership, we got 100 people signed up, they're going to pay an X amount of money, you can predict, I'm going to bring in this much cash within the next few months. Most platforms also let you set up automatic reminders for unpaid invoices. If like my clients in the past, I've set them up on not just automatic reminders, but automatic payment plans. People, think about how much of our lives are automated now. I mean, how many services are actually being paid on our credit cards, for Hulu and Netflix and whatever service you've subscribed to. Those things are automated because no one wants to bother with paying an invoice and no one wants to send it out. Just the other day, I had an invoice that was mailed to me. And, must have got lost in the email because that's easy for me to miss. And so if I have to pay it myself, that's more work on my end. It's frustrating. Set me up for automation any day. Then again, you have to double check what all you've signed up for. And don't overlook the power of invoice templates. So if you've got a template created in QuickBooks, you can set that up where it's sending it out automatically. If they have to authorize the payment themselves, you can set it up to be automatically paid. The more your system handles for you, the more time you have to focus on delivering value.